Let's just double check. One, two, three. Welcome to my, what should I call this, drive-by chats. Drive-by, that's not exactly the best thing to call it. Anyway, from now on I'm going to do a lot of this. Man, productivity can go through the roof. Imagine you can just concentrate on the stuff that's productive instead of the stuff that's mundane, you know. Businesses are saving hundreds of dollars a day in labor costs for some of them pay as little as $35 a day for an AI assistant. The model that's right now it's about $54 plus GST. It's really doing a phenomenal job. I mean, invoicing, taking all the calls, taking all the messages, giving people rough estimates as well. Don't even have to create an invoice, just give them an estimate. Then what other stuff does it do? Collects all the data, builds your customer relationship system, can give calls back to people. We better just get where I'm going, correct? But there's another thing that's going on right now that is really gonna, it's like anything, when something is new, there's a lot of people coming in who say they can do all these amazing things. Unfortunately, for a lot of people that I know, I get messages daily from people who, there's a couple of problems going on right now. All the Facebook ads, and I'd say most of them, they're not the actual developers or programmers. That's done in another country at the moment. I mean, I make it all myself. Anybody who touches my stuff, anybody who makes anything is here in Australia, on the Gold Coast, right? And the one thing that they're all sales agents, and then they have this wonderful thing where there's actually a system where you can, how can I describe it? You can build a fake AI agent and you can tell it exactly what to say, how to say it, when to say it. And how it works is, when you get these phone calls, when you speak to these sales agents who tell you, oh yeah, I do it all, they're actually putting together a fake agent, and that fake agent runs through it. And then if you say, yes, okay, I'll take it, and you pay the $1,500 for the setup, some guy in India makes it. But there's problems, there's so many problems right now. I get messages daily from people who say they keep getting the wrong appointment times, 5, 6 a.m. in the morning, and they say, oh, but I told him I work only 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And I go, yeah, what's happening is, it gets a bit frustrating even discussing it, is that what's happening is, with an AI agent, they hallucinate, they make up stuff all the time. And one of the things they make up all the time is time. Now, is it easily rectifiable? Yeah. It takes a little bit more coding and programming of your AI agent. But you'll find that the people that are putting together these AI agents aren't really concerned with that. They're concerned with it getting an appointment made. But your appointments will be all over. Like, literally, the biggest one, the one that purchases the most Facebook ads, is the one causing the biggest problems. And with the AI agent I make, the first thing it does is it verifies through APIs, through different systems, the actual time and date of where the business is. So if it's in Brisbane, well, we know that's Australian Eastern Standard Times, and we know it's UTC plus 10. So I've actually got it set up so that it verifies that we're in the Australian Eastern Standard Time, that we're using UTC plus 10 time, and we're not using the server time because the server is in the United States, right? So unfortunately, with some of these other ones, the server is in Delhi, India, and the problem with that is that they've not done anything to make sure that the artificial intelligence reads the business time zone. It reads the Delhi time zone, and that is it's like it's not a difficult fix, but you can't expect it to get done. And then they blame other. Wow, look at that, an old Holden Torana LX, beautiful 4-door scene. But then they'll think all AI agents do that. No, it's just that you picked one where they promised you at $48 a month, and then when you finally get on board, they tell you it's $480, and it takes them a couple of weeks to fix it when they should have done it before they released your agent. But to the sales agent, it's about getting the sale, and that's it, because they're not making them themselves. And it's not an easy fix, but it's a simple job, but you just got to have a good process. The other one that I've noticed that's quite surprising is how the reason you see a lot of appointment-based apps, but very few people are doing invoicing. People don't know. Right now, the people putting these things together don't really understand APIs and MCPs, Model Context Protocols, and how to actually get them to work. And I'm thinking to these things are what you plug into your business to make it more efficient. Now these things need constant testing against certain, how can we put it, criteria, right? You just can't do it overnight. You got to test it. Before I do an invoicing system, so for anyone, it's tested a couple of hundred times. It is tested with wild data, wild items, wild descriptions, everything is basically I put together. I started off with pretty correct information, I should say, and then go down to make it absolutely wild. But I've coded up, I designed it so that it sort of tries to find the most common products, services, the pricing, and it will confirm those before it actually registers them with the AI agent. It will confirm this is what you want. And the reason that a lot of people don't do the invoicing is that they can't. They're not learning the code and also the reaction, and there's no safeguards. And I keep saying this: there's no safeguards in place. There's no redundancy in place. They just put. Man, it's just the problem. They're going to just tell you what you want to hear, and that's it. Look at this, it's Saturday and it's nothing but traffic on up near Helensvale, all the way down to the Gold Coast. It'd be nothing but traffic. Anyway, there's quite a, and I think that what's going to eventually happen is, number one, these people they're spending $1,000 a month on Facebook ads. They'll do two things. Number one, they'll make everybody else they'll make everyone who does it the correct way look bad. So everybody will think that these guys messed up my AI agent, so David will do the same thing. Every morning from about 6 a.m. until midday, I spend 6 hours checking all the coding and everything, go over it with a fine tooth and comb, read the responses it's given, and so far everything's fine. And just improving the code, what's called agnostic agentic, which is to make it so that the machine will read it. No matter what the machine is thinking, it will purely follow the instruction that I've given it, no matter what, and it will never go off that tangent. Now, it'll never go off on wild tangents, and this is something that people aren't building into their AI agents, because it does take time. It takes a lot of testing, but they just want that quick sale, and this is going to become a problem when the AI agents start to break, and then it's going to look bad because people will blame me. But today I got a message from a guy who said they promised me that I'd be getting all this data, but I don't get any. They can't. It's like they keep saying it's a problem with my Gmail account, and I'm like, oh man, no. What did they say? They're going to do it through Google Sheets. Anybody can make that work. It'd take about a day of training if you're already a coder. But a lot of things I use Airtable. I can use Google Sheets depending on the way the client wants it set up. But every single data point is collected. I make sure that. But there's also, the problem is that when they write this stuff up, they'll just say, record the customer's name. But they won't actually give instructions on what to not do, or what basically called restraints or constraints, like sometimes I'll say, record the customer name, it'll just give the first name or the last name. AI can do that, but there's no restraints. There's no constraints, there's no explicit instructions. Mine says, record the first name and the full name and put it into an Australian full name context. John, first name, Smith, last name. Now put it in a customer full name, John Smith. So you've got 3 data points there. So then when you organize an outbound calling AI agent, you can just use the first name, but you can also confirm the last name. But the sales agents in Australia that are doing it, they're just not there. They're just not there yet on that stuff. And it's a little bit frustrating, to be honest with you. There was one person who's online saying that they're doing something for builders. Well, the builders are getting just a basic conversation summary. That's it. Why don't you actually ask like part numbers or whereabouts, location, size? If you have some standard products and services, describe what they are, describe the limits, but you can give a pricing. You can keep the invoice in draft, so the the tradesperson can go and check it and go, you know what, that sounds right, I'll approve that one. Or they can go in and edit it and say, you know what, that fitting is not $50, that one's $20. So let me... But it's just so interesting when these agents, they're not thinking to do anything simply because they know they can't. And when they do, they're working for the people in other countries who just they're never going to get there. And I keep thinking, but the other one is when people come back at me and they say, "Oh, this guy said he could do it for 48." I'm going, well, he can't do it for 48 because the applications required to do it costs more than that. He said, well, he can do it. No, they're going to do it for the first month. Then they're going to say your traffic volume was way too high. Here's $480 a month. It's exactly what they're doing. Everybody's getting this. Their third invoice is looking like this. And it's so limited in its application. It's really like, why would you, it's a little bit frustrating at the moment because the people that can actually do incredible things, they have to charge a livable, a reasonable price for it. Whoa. And it's just a very... It's like a pretty sad situation at the moment. I do get messages. Someone said that they can build the agent for $90 a month, and I'm like, what are you going to do when it falls to pieces? Like, they just don't get it, and you just keep thinking, if the service fees cost more than $90, what are you going to do?